Well, we're back again at the Thai immigration office to renew our non-O visa. So let's see what happens. Well, next year, 2020, there's 3 new requirements for a non-O visa extension. We went to Kanchanaburi immigration office, and these are the new requirements they require. It might vary from immigration office to immigration office, as it usually does, but there's a new requirement to gain your extension. There's a new requirement after you receive your passport back, and there's a new requirement of when you actually get home. The first requirement is a rental agreement. Now, if you're married to a Thai or you're actually renting a property, you've probably got one of these rentals. But if you're living with a Thai partner, or like us, you own a property and you don't pay any rent, it's a bit of a problem. even though you're in the yellow book, they still require a contract between you and the owner of the blue book, who actually owns the land. They said there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either go to the land registry office with the owner and fill in the form and get it stamped, or you can go to a stationery and pick up the form, or get it online. We got ours online, and the immigration officer said, well, if you fill it in, they will stamp it for you, and they charged us 30 baht. So this is the actual form, and this is the stamps the immigration put on for us. As I say, it was 30 baht. They do say it's best to get the owner to fill it in Thai, and then you just write your name. He writes his name in Thai and the address in Thai. The second page is how much rent you pay a month. Well, as we don't pay any rent, we just put down we pay 1,000 baht every 12 months and 1,000 baht deposit. And they accept, the Thai immigration accepted that. And then there's another page on percentage of what electricity you pay, telephone, maintenance. We just put 100% as we own the house. And the last page is your signatures, and you have to have a witness, and you take that along to immigration office. Once you get there, you fill in a TM form. It's just your name and address, passport number, when it expires, and a passport photo of yourself, a copy of the relevant pages in your passport, a copy of the departure card, and a copy of your TM30 receipt. Then you'll need a copy of your yellow book, a copy of the owner's blue book, a copy of the owner's Thai ID card. All very clever. You'll need a copy, you'll need a letter from the bank saying you've got 800,000 baht in the bank. Be aware that letter only lasts for 7 days. After 7 days you have to apply for another letter. They charge us 100 baht for the letter. You have to have an updated on the day copies of your bank book. You have to have your rent agreement, copy of your rent agreement, and they ask you for the original copy. You have to have a map showing you from the immigration office to your house, and the fee was 1,900. Now usually after they process this, they call you up to the window and hand your passport back. But this time they called us over to the window, find it, but before handing your passport they said there's another new rule in, which they staple it into your passport, and the first half is in Thai and the second is in English, and it says document inspection appointment. After being granted a retirement permission according to Thai immigration criteria, after being granted permission for 3 months, the 800,000 baht must be shown. After that, the alien can withdraw the balance from the account but must remain 400,000 baht in the bank. After that, 2 months before you renew your extension again, you have to have the 800,000 in there, and then it says report to this office of the balance account on the 4th of March. So that's a new one for 2020. And the third one is when we literally got through the door at home, the phone went. It was from the immigration police. They asked me to verify my name, which I did, and then they said they're doing a home visit tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, and this was on Saturday. So they do say they require a Thai person as a witness. They must bring a copy of their blue book and a copy of their ID card. Well, they turned up at dead on 9 o'clock. We witnesses waiting. They checked our passport to make sure it was in date. They checked the visa inside the passport. They checked the 90-day receipt. They checked the yellow book. He wrote everything down of what he checked. He asked the witness to sign it, and then they asked us to go outside the front of the house, and we had to make a sign with our names and address on it. They stuck that in front of the door. Then we had a photo taken of myself and the wife, the immigration officer and the witness. And then they asked us if they could take a picture of me and the wife inside the house. We said yeah. And they asked us to sit on the bed and take a picture. I don't know what that bit was about, but after that he said, I'll see you the same time next year. And that was for a non-O visa extension. You can get it a month before it runs out. I would advise you to go as early as possible and not leave it too late, just in case something else, another surprise. So I hope that information was helpful. Like, share, subscribe.